Hey everybody, welcome to Wednesday here on ChronoSpeakeasy.com. I'm your host, Paul, joined with Angela.
Yeah!
Rob.
Hello there.
Jay.
Hello, I am Jay.
And Chandler.
Hi, everybody.
And barring any other crazy circumstances, this should be the lineup.
I can call Pete and see if he wants to jump in.
Oh my god, yes.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I was just gonna do
Sam
like...
gets in on here, and then Will, and
It's
then
just
we're all
Royal
just
Rumble.
Yeah.
and then we just start screaming.
Or just do really bad like celebrity impressions. Like, what? Sean Connery? What are you doing here? Yes, I love podcasts.
Oh, wow. That's really good.
Robert of Locksley.
I think we did an episode once with like 6 or 7 people, and it was the most chaotic thing ever.
Was that the Cyclops episode?
Maybe,
not.
but
I
I
heard
feel
there's a
like
lot
that
of
episode
people-
was very structured and not chaotic.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
just
we
like
did
it was like a court deposition.
We did the Henshin episode, but that wasn't too bad because that was actually supposed to be structured.
That was so
Yeah.
fun. We gotta do it again.
That was a good time.
Yeah. My favorite part was when Angela's sister listened to the episode and she was like, I didn't know what was happening.
That's fair.
I
Should
barely
we
knew what
morph?
was happening. I just
Yeah,
have
none
I had
of
like a
us did.
scribbled picture of a raptor with a monocle around here somewhere.
Well, in Chris's defense, she often doesn't know what's happening on this show because she doesn't read any of the stuff we're talking about.
Yeah, but like nobody
she's
knew what was
dedicated.
going
My
on.
voice, though.
She did. She recognized your
So there's
voice
that.
on the how am I forgetting that podcast?
How Did This Get Made?
Yeah, she recognized.
they
Or
just
around
had
these
their
parts,
tune.
how do you forget? This podcast we listen to live.
Sorry. It's been a
Yeah.
day, guys.
It's been
I just
a
had
day.
I just
It's been
had to
a
sit
day.
through one act of mediocre fucking dance recitals, okay?
Rough.
Yeah. It was art school flashbacks, like, whoa. Like, I had serious PTSD in that room.
Damn.
It's like hearing the choppers and, like, bugging out. Yeah. Yeah. I'm, like, on top of an old woman, strangling her, just being like, oh, God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Enjoy the show, ma'am.
You know who else probably should have PTSD is Matt Murdock.
Yes.
Hey, good
He
job,
completely
Paul. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, no, because Rob was saying earlier that he got hit in the head a lot.
Like,
Well, isn't this whole
think of it this
season?
way.
You can continue, Jay. I don't want to interrupt you.
Well, like, he's been out of commission for, they said, what, 2-3 weeks, something like that, maybe a month.
I think it was a
Something
couple
like that.
months. Did they say Karen
Right.
paid like 2
So-
months worth of rent?
He still had that hot water poured up his nose and had all that backlog of fucking blood inside of his skull.
I love how that
Burst out
cured
at
his
once.
hearing. That was great. Like, just like, oh, now I can hear.
Dude, have you used those neti pots?
Neti
They
pots.
work
Yeah.
wonders.
I've never seen one
Stock of
used like
Neti
in
Pot
media.
shop up.
That's true.
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, you
What
never
are
seen
these?
one where?
I've never seen a neti pot like used in like in TV or film before.
Well, actually, they were used in 6 Feet Under.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. And they do work,
still
because
don't- Is that what that thing is called?
it's a
Yeah,
neti
neti
pot.
pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
You put like
I,
a
I thought he just got
like
like
a
teapot
saline
and was just
solution.
Like, this should work.
Yeah. I did it once and a penny came out.
Whoa.
Yeah. I still have it, too.
True story.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm very gullible, honey. You gotta
yeah.
be honest
No.
with me.
A penny,
He's
1986.
not smirking like a jackass yet. He's good. He's not lying.
Yeah, there we go.
But really though?
No.
Okay.
Can you imagine, like, a fucking... Oh, that's why I couldn't
This is
breathe
the
for
first I'm
6
hearing one of
years.
these things.
Like,
Can
really?
you imagine? I've had sinus problems my whole life. Neti
No,
pot,
man.
penny. I put up there when I was 2
Dude,
years
I
old.
don't know. I
and-
used to work with kids, man. It's amazing the shit that they get up there. So
That's
that's why I
true.
had to like check because
I did get Play-Doh stuck on my nose once.
see
That's a true story. And now
got a
when I
finger
like
in my nose
when I
once.
smell Play-Doh, I have like a panic attack. It's like, oh god, I
Oh
can't breathe.
no.
Anywho, PTSD with Daredevil.
So I do want to talk
Yeah,
about
really should have worse PTSD.
I do want to talk about for Daredevil because I assume that's what this whole episode's about.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
basically.
he was like bothering me like Matt being like, there is no Matt Murdock, only Daredevil. I was like, okay, guy. And like, he was just having his moment, like, through the whole fucking thing. Yeah, but like, come on now. But I gotta say, though, what always brought me back home every fucking time were those fight scenes and just how hot he is doing those fight scenes. He is so hot. You
So
know it's
hot.
true. And it's like, you're just like, damn, like, I did not find this actor fucking attractive until this show. And
Not
this,
Stardust.
no.
He was lovely and Star. He was cute.
really
He was a
was.
cutie. He was a cutie, but I didn't want to bang him, you know? But, like, then, like, seeing these fight scenes, though, I was clutching my pearls. I was overclemmed. Paul had, like, smelling salts ready. I was just like, oh, God. Oh.
No, I think the best critique I heard, though, like in regards to what you're saying, Angela, about Matt Murdock, I think was my buddy Juan, who said that like I watched Matt Murdock be Catholic for 3 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in his
don't know what it's
defense,
like to be
his
Catholic.
Catholicism is a big part of who the character is.
Yeah, I thought the whole season had a pretty good like theme of just like coming to terms with your past and not having like the errors of your past define you and like keep
Right.
you from moving forward. And it was a very heavy-handed message with both Matt and Karen. And then there's Foggy,
Yeah.
who it's just like, stick to your guns, it'll all work out. That was his
Right.
character arc.
Yeah, and as far as Matt goes, I think you got to realize is like, you know, I mean, yeah, he had a building fall on his head, and he like lost Elektra for the 3rd time.
But I think, like, after the second, you'd just be like,
I don't think it wouldn't stop being traumatizing.
she's
he
got
did
a
have
way.
PTSD from it, but
She's got a way of coming
it did
back.
seem like they were basically going for the born again route, which I was very happy about, and like that's what I said I wanted before all this even started.
I think just like a
Yeah,
blanket.
well, I was hoping with, you know, when they had Nuke and Jessica Jones, that would have been a great way to, like, if he somehow showed up in...
I think
Daredevil.
Nuke would be cool to come back, but I think villain-wise, this season was pretty all right. We got
Yeah.
Kingpin back, being called Kingpin, which was rad. And this is
That was awesome.
probably the coolest representation of Bullseye I've ever seen. Like,
Yeah.
we got to talk about how they basically portray his backstory
Oh, you
of
didn't
being
love
a
Colin
straight
Farrell?
up sociopath.
My name's Bullseye. Top of the Martin to you. Here's a knife in the face.
But like, I thought when they first showed him, like, just to wreck all those gangsters, like as the FBI agent, I was like, oh shit, well, I guess that's Bullseye. And then when you start to see his backstory, and you're like, oh, he is like crazy OCD, and then you're like, oh, he's a psychopath.
Yep.
Not psychopath. He was borderline personality disorder with psychopathic tendencies. Big difference. Equally scary.
But I thought
fair.
I thought he was terrifying because he was just
He was horrifying.
He was so unstable, and that noise they played in his head made
the
me
bees buzzing?
so anxious. I'm just like, oh my god.
Dude, can we talk about how he crashed Kingpin's wedding wearing Matt Murdock's suit with his fucking dead girlfriend in the passenger seat?
That
oh my
was
god, that was wild.
And I think
And he said
him
he
rocking
didn't want
the...
her as a girlfriend too. He just idolized like the way she acted towards people
Yep.
and wanted to use her as a muse, basically.
Yep, wanted to mimic that.
But I did like how they had this relationship between Bullseye and Matt Murdock's suit, because I feel like if we get a season 4 and Bullseye comes back and he has his own suit, it's not going to feel too out of left field.
Right.
You know, it's not like, I have a suit too now.
But I want
It's
Daredevil to have a suit again too.
I do too.
And like that dude went to jail.
Yeah, I just love like the
So
fight.
is
I
it
didn't know that was
bad
gonna
that
be
my
awkward.
first thought was like, I don't want Daredevil to have a suit back because I couldn't see his body as well.
You perv.
I do like the
Oh,
like
whatever.
stripped down, just like
Good.
shitty face mask and I don't know, like active stretchy sweater, I assume.
Stretchy sweater.
God, those
I thought-
fucking fight
What
scenes.
is that?
Holy shit! Like the scene though, my favorite fight scene in the whole thing was getting Nadim to the courthouse.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, that was so good. That was so good. And the bus, oh my god, all of it. Oh god.
Man, that prison stuff was pretty good too, though.
Oh,
This season had so
the prison stuff
many.
was great.
Had so many good fight scenes. Like, you think back to season 1, you're just like, oh man, that hallway fight scene. And then in season 2, you're like, oh man, that scene with Punisher in the prison. And then this one, you're like, well, there's the one prison fight scene that was crazy. Then there was like there's so many crazy fight scenes.
The parking
Anytime they
garage,
go to prison,
the
you
fucking
expect a good fight
street.
scene.
Oh god, it was crazy. It was crazy. But that whole, oh my god, getting Nadim to the fucking courthouse was out of control. I was like
so many
on
people are
top
just
of
like-
like Paul, like crawling into his shirt, just being like, "What is happening?"
I think the
It's
season
very
also
intense.
did such a good job also of basically just showing the like overarching power that Kingpin has over everything.
Everyone,
Like the whole time
Yeah.
we're just like, well, you can't, this isn't gonna work. Somehow Kingpin knows, and it makes him so much more threatening because he can't trust anyone.
Dude, with that
just
guy
being in
reading
the
on the
jail.
jury's addresses, it was pretty crazy.
But so I got 2 MVP awards to go out this season. First MVP award goes out to Foggy. God bless him. He's keeping this shit together. And second, the Armenians. They were great.
They're pretty cool.
They were
God
pretty
bless the
great.
Armenians.
I know. The Armenians were awesome.
I like how they kind of fleshed out the supporting characters, like backstories and like families. Like I like how like Foggy's family was at stake. You got a backstory for Karen Page.
Dude,
I
that
thought
episode, the Karen Page episode.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that
I
was
feel like-
something.
What's the actress's name? Deborah
Wall.
Wall or
Karen
whatever.
Page.
That she must be exhausted every time she's done finishing a season. She's just crying for 13 episodes straight every season.
So dehydrated.
I
Like-
love that one episode made me care about her character because I never really gave a
I
shit
liked her
about
in
Karen
general.
Page. This one, like that episode was like, oh, okay, she's a person. Because before, like, and she makes a point to say like, oh, I like how you looked at me. You looked at me like this fragile, innocent person because she wasn't, and I was like, thank you. She's a human being.
That episode
Brad's
also
gonna give
ended
her
with.
the
I hope so. That's got to be expensive. 2
Like,
months
they
in New
became
York City
friends
rent.
again, so like maybe she's just gonna be like,
I like the Karen episode was sweet too because it was like half of the episode was like the backstory, but then it still came back and we had a sweet fight scene at the end of it. I'm blanking on what happened at the end. I just remember it was Daredevil fighting Bullseye, I think. There's so many fight scenes, it's hard to remember.
he fought Bullseye so many times.
The church fight scene was great.
Oh God,
Oh,
yeah.
that was really cool.
Oh, that was the episode, wasn't it? I think.
Maybe.
That's
It's a problem with binge watching. It just all bleeds together.
Like they're peppering scenes from the past in with what was going on. Oh no, the Karen episode was like full Karen episode.
No, it was the one that ended with a church fight scene. I just looked it up.
Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, god damn, so much crazy shit happens. The show's so good. The
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
the scene where Bullseye kind of first busts into the I just want to say the Daily Bugle, yeah, but the newsroom and just starts like murdering people and going crazy.
And
Jesus.
then just throwing the office supplies at Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
That was
And
great.
him trying to be like, I'm gonna throw this thing up there, and then that's gonna throw him off for a second. Nope.
I do like how this entire
They're throwing stuff.
the whole season they like really shoved the idea in that like if Daredevil's not within punching distance, he's just so outmatched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Chandler, what'd you think?
I actually am not caught up.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
amazing.
my god, this just
Spoiler
took a
fest.
twist.
Oh, why didn't you
It's
say
okay.
something? Holy
I'm still gonna
shit,
watch
dude.
it, and I'm still gonna enjoy it. It doesn't
How far
matter.
did you
Why
get?
didn't you say something?
Episode 1.
Oh my god, Chandler!
It's okay. Guys, it's okay. I just wanted to spend time with you guys.
Yeah, for those who are watching and not, or who is listening and not watching, there's like a single like crocodile tear, like just drifting down Chandler's cheek.
I am
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
I still love you guys. It's okay.
I want to say it's a brown cheek, but it could be blue. Like, hard to tell.
It's blue.
Well, we can mention and all talk about how Matt Murdock was pretty much suicidal in the first episode.
Yeah, it was just more like
That was the first
get your groove back.
It
So
was when he like tried to fight the thugs, right? Or is that second
Yeah.
episode?
Oh, it was first episode.
And straight up was just like, finish it, finish it.
It's like, this dude's weird. Never mind.
I wonder if that'll get you out of being murdered in the street if you start screaming like intense, like finish it.
I think so.
Just freak
And a
them
weird
out
mask.
to like running
If there's
away.
one thing I've
Right.
learned from memes, then yes.
People had like there was a lot of moments where people freaked out and like bad guys ran away. Like when Karen Page just like freaked the fuck out on those guys catcalling from the stoop.
Mhm.
Jesus. I was
She
like,
did
oh my
also
God.
pull a gun out on him.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy
I always
shit.
get annoyed at how like dumb the like I don't want to say the police, but like every non-main character is with everything that's going on. Just like, oh, you can clearly see in the video that Daredevil was like, "Hi, Karen," and used your gun to kill the guy.
Hi, Karen.
So you must be working together. And he didn't kill you, so you're working together.
Yeah.
But
It's a pretty spot on Dex
That was pretty
impersonation.
spot on. Thank you for that.
sadly, in the world we live in,
Yeah.
people be like, "Oh my God, yeah," and her and Hillary's emails.
Oh, God. It's so dumb.
Yeah, I just read a fucking insane thing about this person blaming the Obamas for like their prices going up at Netflix. Like and they were really like serious as if the Obamas
It's like, listen, you guys laugh all you want,
Not
but
Barack.
the Obamas hate America.
not Barack. But like both Michelle and Barack were in on it. It was crazy.
You know, they get a little cutback on that Netflix money.
Oh, God.
Like, really? It was crazy. I don't know, man. We're living crazy times, you guys.
Waiting for that meteor.
For reals.
God,
Even
I mean-
K-pop can't save us now.
Oh, no.
Whoa, what?
Whoa,
Sorry, I was looking
what?
at Facebook. Yeah. The ignorance of sad characters.
I thought
I'm like hesitant to give away twists now. Fuck.
there's
It's
one
okay,
thing
guys.
I gotta
Go
say
ahead.
though. One scene, part of the
Finish it.
whole scene that like really stuck with me on like a emotional level is when Karen is in like the FBI office and she like looks over to the table with all the cell phones and evidence and they're all like ringing and lighting up
my
with text
God.
messages. I was like, oh my God, that's like
Yeah.
horrifying. Because like that must happen anytime there's any horrible
That's
tragedy
exactly,
like that.
yeah. People are like, are you okay?
Yeah, and it's just like,
no,
ugh.
they're not. They're not okay.
So like, I'm gonna give away a big spoiler. Sorry, Chandler.
Man, when
I
Thanos
didn't
showed up,
know-
I'll see on my
Yeah,
headphones.
I didn't know that the nun that took care of Matt was his mother.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
like, episode 1, when he, like, his father's on the phone and is just like, get Maddie to a safe place, bring him to his mother. And, like, they show him in the orphanage. That made so much sense.
yeah.
And I thought, like, his mom was just, like, some deadbeat that didn't want anything to do with him. And
I also have to say that Mark Wahlberg did an amazing, like, Murdoch Senior.
Oh yeah. That dude's accent was hilarious.
It was very Bostonian, especially the way you retold it, Jay.
But yeah, no, I also did not see that.
Wait, did I actually do a good job with the accent, or
You sounded like a Wahlberg. It was great.
Are you guys done yet? Can you
that
signal
how
me back
the-
on?
What's up?
No,
Spoiler over. Can you like signal me back on?
I'll signal you. Don't worry. But I was just gonna comment on it. So
sorry.
Yeah.
Keep going.
I was gonna say
like
I did
wave at
not.
me.
I did not
This is
see
the
that
zaniest
twist
podcast
coming.
episode, I think.
Because
So-
when that happened, I was
Wait,
like,
did I
"Oh
get the
shit!"
accent right or not?
No, you're pretty spot on.
It sounded right in my head.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, say hi to your mother for me. But anyway, when that shit happened, I was shocked because earlier in the season, I was like, I thought I was feeling some weird sexual tension between the nun and Matt, and then when it came out that it was his mom, I was like, I don't know what kind of vibes they're
Wait.
putting out earlier in the season.
So no one knew that she was his mom because I figured because Angela asked me the first episode, "Oh, that's his mom, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." And
I'm
especially at
sure-
the end of Defenders when they
I'm
were like,
sure
"Oh,
I
tell
knew."
Maggie Matt woke up." I was like, "Oh yeah, Maggie, that's Matt's mom."
Yeah, I'm sure I
didn't know
knew,
all
but
that.
I don't have time to remember things anymore.
Yeah, you're gonna be a dad soon. It's a pretty good excuse.
But yeah, when earlier in the
Except we're
season,
like, Rob, where's Rob Jr.? Oh, I forgot to pick him up at school. Listen, I got a lot of things. I can't remember all this stuff.
Like, I can't remember his teacher's name or anything.
Especially if, like, in this fantasy that Rob is played by...
I'm pointing at where
Mark
Chandler
Wahlberg.
is on my screen. I don't
Thank
know
you for
where
the
I'm
signal.
pointing to other people.
It just
You're
looks like
pointing
you're
to, like,
telling
the
us to
left,
leave.
right, or
Oh wait,
Get
everybody was
out.
just pointing
No,
at him
you got it
properly.
right on mine.
I have
You're like pointing
Chandler,
to like, the side of my screen.
Yeah.
Chandler, Paul and Angela, Jay, me.
I have.
Chandler.
This is playing great on the audio recording.
I
Jay,
have
Chandler,
Okay.
Rob.
Rob, Jay, Paul, and Angela.
Stop, 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 stop.
Oh man, people are gonna love this episode.
Why aren't we
Right
filming
up,
this?
left down.
Why aren't we filming this? This is too good.
Yeah. Anyway, Daredevil's
Yeah,
a
Chandler's
good
wearing
ass
a
show.
brown and blue sweatshirt. I'm wearing a
Yes.
kigurumi. Y'all are wearing matching outfits, and Rob's
I'm
got
wearing
his
a
gray,
dress. And it's
whatever on.
orange. I'm wearing an orange dress. Paul's wearing a
Yeah,
red
but it looks-
t-shirt.
On my screen, it looks like you're basically wearing the same color. I'll take a photo. I got a fancy new camera.
I
got the
I will
Google
take a
Pixel
photo.
3.
I will document this.
Well, we should.
Oh my god, you guys.
We've fallen off track hard.
I like that Paul was the only one that
Jay,
knows.
Rob.
So, anyway, PTSD with Matt Murdock.
Oh yeah.
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 So,
He
Yeah.
well,
Go to a
like,
dance
moving
recital?
around a lot in the bed and whatnot, and like especially in episode 1 and 2, it seemed like it was PTSD, but
Well,
like,
that was just him
it
being a
didn't really
brat.
come back for the rest of the series. He was being a brat,
He was just kind of annoying.
little bratty Maddie.
Little bratty Maddie. Just kind of annoying.
yeah,
but like,
he's just super angsty, and it's like, come on,
Listen,
man.
He had good
Like,
reason to
would
be.
you
Oh,
have a
yeah, no,
building
for
fall-
sure.
Collapse onto your head.
I mean, it's not like it's Bruce Wayne. It's like, dude, your parents died like 38 years ago. Calm down. Like,
Yeah,
Still
you didn't
insensitive.
even get to see it happen in front of you.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I'd be okay with a
He was
building
blind.
falling on my head if, like, someone was paying my rent for a couple months. I would be okay with that. Like, life is hard, man. Like, just to have my rent covered for a few months, I'd take it.
yeah, but who's gonna pay the hospital bills?
Amazing.
Well, I mean, if I got to
I
shack
thought-
up with another sassy nun, I'd be down.
I thought,
And then, like,
that-
fight some boxer in a basement of a church. Yeah, I'd be cool with that. I'd be so cool with that.
With
thought
and
the
also,
orphans were gonna-
with this package, you get a free neti pot.
Oh god.
I'd be totally cool with that, guys.
I thought the orphans were going to come more into play with this for some reason.
I think they just don't want to show kids in a Catholic church on television.
knock life for us.
Like, this is how Annie starts.
Annie
Just
begins.
Daredevil beating the shit out of someone. in the
Annie
background, and Annie
origins.
just shows up.
Daredevil's like punching some dude in the basement with like the priest and the nun watching. This little girl walks in with like a red afro and just goes, "Get out of here, Annie."
Well, you know, there is a resemblance with Kingpin and fucking what's his face.
Daddy Warbucks.
Daddy War Puppies. There's a
Daddy Kingpin.
Imagine Annie in the MCU.
Oh my god,
God.
yes. They do it.
Well, think about
You
it.
know
So
us, Marvel.
Kingpin and
They totally do
Vanessa,
it.
Kingpin and Vanessa adopt Annie
Yep.
in season 4. And season 4 of Daredevil is just the movie Annie.
There's something I wanted to bring up,
The
but
remake or the original?
Just it's a whole new ball game.
A whole new Annie.
Because there was the one with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Black Annie.
Blanny.
Blanny.
So dumb. Boy.
But one thing I wanted to say though, as far as the writing goes, so Chandler may have to take out his headphones again for
Sure,
a second.
Go for it. I want to get some Chinese food.
Okay. I liked, because I thought it made for good emotional arc, was for the priest and knowing that entire time that Matt was Maggie's son. And then Matt, like, all those times I came to you and talked to you and like, you know, especially about my mom. My mom was like 8 blocks down the street. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
Right.
fuck you.
Like she took care of him and everything.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of like a nice little emotional arc, and you know, and I like that the priest was like, yeah, I mean, I can't really fight Matt because he's right, so I just hope that he can forgive me at some point. I thought that was a good.
I really like too, though, how they talked about her just having straight PTSD, or not PTSD. What am I talking?
Postpartum.
Postpartum. It's really postpartum. Jesus Christ.
And how like they didn't know that it was a thing back in the day.
Yeah,
And it's so true.
shit. People don't know it's a thing now.
Yeah.
I do. Because
Good.
Scrubs covered it
Yep.
back in 2002.
Yep. That's actually how I learned about postpartum.
Was Scrubs?
Yeah.
I knew about
'Cause
it beforehand. My
Well, I
mother,
mean, like-
she's a nurse, so she talks about that sort of stuff.
Right. But I think just like, well, because again, you know, nobody talked about it.
Can Chandler put his headphones back in?
Yeah.
We're pro-
Thanks, guys.
So
talking
when
about
Foggy
postpartum depression.
disappears into
Oh, I have the
dust,
same thing.
and then you were like, "Oh shit!" Now we know where this fits in with Infinity War. It's crazy
I didn't get it. What?
because Chandler was putting his headphones back in to not hear spoilers. To which I said, "Yeah." And then when Foggy disappeared into dust, and we figured out where this is set with the rest of the movies.
Man, I wish they did
they
that.
finally have
That's
that
weird.
overlaying.
That'd be kind of cool if they did that. Yeah.
At the very end of the season,
support
Matt's
it.
all tired.
you know
and he's
what'd be
like,
great?
I beat you. And then
Karen
all of a sudden he
just
starts
disappears.
turning into dust and he goes like, oh, shit.
I think you know what I would have
That
done.
would have been amazing. Actually.
Do you know what I would have done? I would have had Foggy and Matt and Karen walking down the street and like, oh my god, everything's great. And then like everyone starts running away because like where season 3 ends is where that donut spaceship shows up.
Whoa.
That's what I would have
Oh
did.
my god, you guys. That's awesome.
I really wish there was like some sort of crossover sort of thing.
I know.
Oh my
like,
god.
They had that Italian woman from Luke Cage.
Who?
Did you finish season 2 of Luke Cage?
No, I'm still in season 1.
The Italian woman.
Okay. There's an Italian
It's
woman.
a me,
vote's out.
Miss Italy. I'm so mad I'm gonna smash these barrels.
You're fine. There's an Italian woman that's like the
Sweet
head
to
of a
Christmas.
gang or whatever that basically is just like, hey, Luke, want to bang? And then he's like, nah, I'm good. And then she's like, okay, anytime you want to, hit me up.
Wow.
And she's in Daredevil season 3.
Oh. Just pretty forward.
Yeah.
It's very
Well,
forward.
yeah, it
I
bums
think
me
she
out that
said
they're
want
not.
to get coffee instead, but you know,
It
that's
bums,
Luke Cage for want to bang.
I wish they would goddamn cross the shit over. I don't know what the deals are, the licensing and all that stupid shit, but
just the reasoning is stupid. Oh well, you know, I mean, like movies take so long, and like for us, like you know, it's not. And it's like, shut up.
they're
Jeff
making a
Loeb.
goddamn Winter Soldier Falcon TV show for Disney for their streaming service.
I know. I'm so excited.
I mean, I'm very excited, but clearly
it's like
they can
Lethal
cross
Weapon,
this shit over.
but with Bucky and Falcon. I love that.
So I don't know if Disney could start making Daredevil with the same cast on their shit, or if there's some weird Netflix thing. But if they can, they got to start crossing shit over.
Yeah, they do. Because
At
so
least with
many
the less
things,
popular actors.
so many big things happen. Like, there's no way nobody would talk about what happened with, like, Sokovia and Ultron. Like, nobody would be like, oh, yeah, guys, you hear the news about that giant robot who, like, took a town in Middle Europe and, like, fucking made a comet out of it?
Like, no, Bucky. We can
almost killed
only
us
think of
all.
Hell's Kitchen.
Anything with Spider-Man
Anything with Spider-Man? Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
is like down the street in Queens or whatever. I
Yeah.
don't know, New York. Chandler, you
Yeah,
know better than
and
me.
also, like, hey, Tony, how come you're keeping tabs on a kid in tights, but not this other ninja dude? A little weird, Tony. Explain yourself, Tony.
Yeah, where's Stark Tower in the background of all this shit that's towering over everything?
Well, you
Also,
know,
why
they're
are
in
you
Hell's
stalking
Kitchen,
little
which is
boys,
like 6
Tony,
blocks from there.
And not grown men that could help you.
Right?
Why are you stalking little boys and not grown men? That is the question for the ages.
I do not like this ship.
He
Isn't
is
that
far
slang for relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Y'all look at me going crazy.
But yeah.
Well, I know Spider-Man's currently far from home.
Oh, yeah.
Ew, movie
Have you seen the set
titles.
pictures from that? Anyone?
A few of them.
I like the like him and Nick Fury on a boat.
I'm on a boat.
Yeah,
I'm on a
They
boat
play the
and-
Lonely Island song in the background for it.
Yep. And
Very
he's
nice.
wearing like stealth gear, so it's almost as if like, oh, is like Spider-Man gonna be like Spider Shield?
Spider-Man just starts
Spider
slitting
Shield,
throats
Spider
and like
Oh no.
He only knows
Yeah,
how to
I know. It's
you.
like, hey, Mr. Fury, how am I doing?
slit.
slit.
Just like, this is a secret operation. Shut
I
the
know,
fuck up.
motherfucker.
I need to rewatch Homecoming.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry.
It was really fun.
It was a good time.
It has good rewatch value.
What does Homecoming?
Homecoming.
Oh god, yes.
All I know is this: Michael Keaton is still alive, and I want to see him somewhere. And I hope to do Sinister Six. And if they're doing Mysterio in the next movie, we can do a Sinister
I
Six.
think Mysterio and Chameleon would be really good.
They have the
Yeah,
same
Chameleon.
powers, though. Not same powers, just similar powers.
That could be
Well,
funny
they-
though. They could.
What?
Well, Chameleon shapeshifts, and like Mysterio can like make him disguise himself as anyone. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
but also he can like psych you out into thinking that like reality's changed around you. Like there's like
Yeah.
you're covered in spiders and you're on fire.
Yeah.
Chameleon's
So
like,
I-
no,
I
I'm your boss.
offended
You're fired. Give me your
offended
zip
him
code.
So hardcore.
I'm so sorry.
Well, maybe they could have both of them, and they're just like fighting with each other. Like Spider-Man walks into a place and he's like talking to someone who turns out to be Chameleon, and then the same person shows up again, but that's just Mysterio changing the world, and then it's just stupid,
What a-
silly
Yo,
stuff.
Or,
I want to see some
Psychological
straight
thriller.
up fish bowls.
What's that movie with
Mysterio.
Reese
start
Reese
the
Witherspoon
movie
and the two
with,
handsome men fighting
Joe
over her?
Pesci fucking
Wait, what was that, Rob?
I was saying, what's the movie with Reese Witherspoon and the two handsome spies fighting over her?
Tom Hardy and,
I regret seeing
Chris
this
Pine.
movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would
I
be like
totally saw
that, but with the Chameleon and Mysterio fighting over Spider-Man to kill
You
him.
regretted seeing that movie? Had Chris Pines and Tom Hardy. They're both fucking heartthrobs.
I don't really
They
like Tom
are.
Hardy. I've never liked him in anything.
Oh, the goblin's been thrown.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought you were cool.
Chandler, or I almost said Chandler. I was gonna say Angela can say Channing Tatum looks like a bag of potatoes, but I can't say I don't like Tom Hardy.
Yeah,
Well-
because Channing Tatum actually does look like a bad Tom Hardy's
There's
got the
basis
lips.
for that.
I mean, I don't
Tom
hate
Hardy's
Tom
got the
Hardy. He's
lips.
fine.
Sounds like you do.
Chris Pine,
Before I knew
however,
what his name
way
was,
more
I just called
charming.
him Lips.
Wow. Really?
Dude, I'll take Chris Pine over Tom Hardy all day, every day.
He's not even
Wow.
British.
Yeah, representing the
Doesn't even
homeland.
go here.
He wasn't Venom.
He was the Steve.
Good old Steve. Alright.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Paul.
Quiet air horn. 6 minutes later.
think
know, that's
that
why it's
they'll
funny.
have Spider-Man fighting a Joe Pesci Rhino in the first like fucking 2 minutes of the movie?
Okay.
I would
Just
love that
place
so much.
anywhere, and it's hilarious. Oh, sorry, Bob, you're fired.
I had this discussion
gotta
the other day.
save that.
I think
Everything
I could use
better.
air horn noise for any event in my daily life and never get sick of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yet I still don't have the air horn app on my phone.
Get it.
There's an app. I went to
I would
YouTube to get
overuse
that.
it. I need to be an adult with this.
You're big sorry, sir. We're out of that kind of paper. What happened to our show?
This is what
don't
happens
talk
when we
about
Got a
don't.
fucking
fucking
time.
building on his head. That's what happened.
This is what happens when we don't plan anything.
Matt got a
And
building
people
on
just
his
show
head.
up.
Got
Yeah,
punched
we
in the
were
face
like-
by a boxer, and then got the shit beat out of him by 2 fucking thugs that are just doing a cleaning service. Then he's just like, finish the job. Then he goes over and is just like, what's up, pussies, and tries to fight him again.
Headphones out?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jay was half reciting the entire plot of Daredevil really fast, but
No, just the first episode.
Chandler, you should finish it. It's wonderful.
I'm totally going to do that.
I would
Yeah.
put
Get on it.
I would put season 1 as number 1.
Okay.
Season 3, then season 2. Season 2, I think, has the highest of highs, but also the lowest of lows.
Like season 2,
Yeah.
like the one thing I can take away from season 2, well, no, 2 things, was Punisher. He was amazing, and
Yeah.
it was so sexy. I loved that. I just loved that. Just out of breath and in the rain. I'm like, oh my god, you guys, get out of here, but
Yeah.
stay. You know, I loved it. And
Honestly-
then, yeah, but like seriously, though, season 3 was way better.
Okay.
For me, it's hard to compare the seasons. I think they're all just incredible.
They are all very good, but
Yeah.
I thought there was times in season 2 I was a wee bit bored.
Like, I like
Where's
season
this
2, I
season?
like Elektra, but I didn't like the Mystic Ninja part. They
Yeah.
cut that part out. That would've
You
been
know what bothered me
stronger.
about Elektra? Like, because I was okay with the Mystic Ninja. What bothered me about Elektra was she's just like, I'm the devil on your shoulder. And I'm just like, okay, Matthew. It's like, oh, stop.
Matthew.
Just
Elektra
get
too.
out of here with that.
Okay,
But
but
like
listen.
Mr. Krabs going after Punisher. Fucking. What was the drug dealer name again? Like Mr. White or some shit? It was
I was
like,
just imagining.
"Arr, Punisher, I'm just gonna get ya.
Oh my god!
I'm actually Mr. White.
Yeah, it was. Ugh.
I'm just imagining John Bernthal fighting the cartoon character.
It was really weird.
Honestly, in this season, when Daredevil was like, I need to kill Kingpin, I'd be like, dude, just call Frank up. Kingpin be dead in like 3 minutes.
And clearly, we know you're not going to kill anybody. Just stop with that noise.
Yeah.
You're going to get to it, and you're going to be like, ugh, yeah, I can't, you know? And then he
Catholic
did. So I was
guilt.
like,
Yeah, and he
God.
totally had a Christian Bale Batman moment. Like, I just showed you. Where was I going with that?
He's just like, I beat you. Me, I'm the win. Look at me. I'm the captain now.
Need more Somali.
Yeah, and then the fucking Jamaicans from Luke Cage up season 2 come out. You're booking my nose.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yo, do you guys?
While
have to
looking
put
for
on
me pot
subtitles.
of gold.
So is the internet rumors correct that at the very, very end, the doctor that's working on Bullseye is somehow related to working on Wolverine?
Who the hell knows?
I don't know.
Hold on, let me see.
Oh, right, because he was supposed to have an
Wolverine
adamantium spine or something like
doctor in Daredevil.
It'd be better if it was like Dr. Otto Octavius.
Well, I think I would like it better if it was the doctor from Luke Cage. That kind of
Oh
was,
wait, Rob, I think I know because there was an article about
Dr.
how
Oyama?
Daredevil could tie Daredevil could tie into
Daredevil.
Wolverine.
Daredevil.
Just because it's November, it doesn't mean he can't get prepped for St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, no.
some, like-
it does, though. It does.
He's like someone who led to the adamantium Weapon X stuff. And they kind of showed him in this, so maybe something, I don't know, the internet, who knows.
It's probably just an Easter egg. that they're not going to expand on.
I don't recall seeing Stan Lee in the background of anything this time around.
Was he ever in the TV shows?
I haven't seen. I don't think he was in any of the Marvel shows.
No, he was. He was in the background of pretty much all of them.
Like the first seasons, though.
Police chief captain that they had in the poster, like in the picture frames in the police stations.
Mm.
That's where they used him. So I didn't actually pay attention for it, but in every show they do have him. Just
it's like you may not see Stan Lee, but Stan Lee sees you.
Yeah, he's a watcher.
Oh, wow, he is.
Yeah.
We just burned ourselves out, and it ends with us taking a nap.
So, what have we all been reading this week? What have we been doing?
I've been watching a lot of random stuff. I watched the first episode of The House on the Hill, which I know you guys said you loved.
The House
or
on
no,
the
the
Hill.
House
Haunting of Hill House.
Haunting of Hill House.
Wow, Grandpa.
Episode
Okay, I didn't know Dad was on this podcast. What's happening?
I watched that show you kids like, The House on the Hill.
Jesus, your son isn't even born yet, and you're already there? Come on, man. Get it together.
I guess I watched that show, Little House on the Prairie. Wasn't scary, but I loved it.
I was going in, I was expecting to see people in a field. It was terrifying. No, but that show seems really good. I want to keep watching it.
Jesus Christ, man.
The House on the Hill.
God.
I think there's a board game I own called The House on the Hill.
Dude, that's tonight's episode. Colonel McEasy presents The House on the Hill, a review of Daredevil.
No, Rob, when you scrapbook, when you guys are like old and scrapbooking like your son's life and stuff, this should be the moment when you became a dad. Not when you looked in his eyes, but when you like...
It's like 3 months before you were born.
It in November 4th, 10:12 Eastern Standard.
I figure the day I buy my first pair of like white New Balance or Nike Monarchs would like really lock
with, like,
it in.
The Velcro laces.
Oh boy!
Jesus Christ!
Yep, I'll seal the deal.
That was
all right.
If I was more creative or motivated, that would have been my like child announcement post. Would have just been like me tying white New Balance shoes.
No, sandals with socks.
Well, you got to get the fresh white sneakers and then go mow your lawn. That's the dad move.
A free open air jazz concert with a toddler on your shoulders dancing poorly.
The dad is
too
strong.
real? Was that too real?
Too real.
I don't know how good an open air jazz concert. I mean, I feel like if I took my kid to an open air jazz concert, they would hate me. I don't get this music. I can't dance to this. I can't sing along. What are these people doing? There's just lots of But anyway,
what are they doing? It's called scatting, son. It's called scatting.
Shut it down.
Scuba da ba doo ba boo.
Oh, Jesus.
That honestly,
Really
that
has
does seem like a concert that would happen in like a gazebo in the commons of a suburb in Massachusetts.
We all just vomited.
So anyway, I watched some other stuff too, I guess.
I watched Garfield and
on Halloween, I watched Halloween 3: Season of the Witch.
Nice.
Which is I've never seen it, but I know it's the one without Michael Myers, and oh my god. Oh my god.
3 more days till Halloween.
It is.
Silver Shamrock.
It is
How do you like
hilarious.
Halloween without Michael Myers?
Because it was going to be an anthology.
Oh.
Originally, they wanted to do an anthology, which I think would have been a better plan. But god damn, that movie's hilarious.
Paul actually watched Sleepaway Camp for the first time.
Ooh.
What'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. It was great. I think it's definitely underappreciated because I was reading some reviews and people were saying how it's just like Friday the 13th, but it's not. The setting's the same, but check it out. And what a stellar ending.
Yeah.
Like twist, a legit like plot twist. Like, oh shit!
I think I saw
good.
Sleepaway Camp like 4 or 5 years ago, or god damn it, 10
I
years
think
ago.
you
When was
would
college?
remember this ending.
I mean, I would see it just for the homoerotic like jock guys in their like
That is
halter,
hilarious,
like
yeah.
their like halter tops. There's
Here for
so
that.
many halter tops on dudes. It's amazing. It's
Can we talk
amazing.
about how men should wear crop tops again?
Should they though?
I don't have the abs for it.
Yes. Neither do I, but
Where did that come
What
from?
was that?
I got a new phone, so I made my ringtone the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Joseph Joestar.
Got it.
Screaming, "Oh God!"
Nice.
Send me a text and find out.
All right.
Right next to the microphone.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Crop tops.
That was it.
Raindrops.
All right, what has anybody else been
I
watching?
like your halter top, Paul.
Thank
you.
you.
I started watching The Haunting of Hill House also.
It's like a
I'm
little
on
nip.
episode
No,
6
you gotta
or
get like a
7 now.
little peekaboo. Woo, just in the nip
but
on the
like,
bottom. There, the bottom and the
I
nips.
have had to
Oh.
like have a breather show after each one. So I've been also marathoning The Good Place.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
love
on
that
season
show.
2. I'm in the middle of
I
season
finished it.
2. Well, aren't you? Well, la-di-da. Aren't you
The Good
family?
Place. That's the house
I
on
just
the
marathoned
hill.
the shit out of it. And like as it was being described to me, I just called out the ending of season 1 and thought it was funny.
I was still surprised.
Yeah, I had that whole show spoiled to me, and I was very upset about it.
Ooh.
Yeah, Paul didn't want to be spoiled, so he took out his earbud.
I'm not.
Oh, we're
saying
not talking
anything
about it.
Ooh, the twist would be great if like they're all there because Thanos.
Okay, they're all in the
That's
soul gem.
actually it.
They're in the soul gem.
Yeah, you actually got it right, Paul.
What did it
It's
cost?
officially in the MCU.
Nice.
Thanos designed the Good Place.
I do love that show, though. I love
so
that
funny.
show. I
I
really
like
want
Ted
Paul to
Danson.
watch it. I think he'd like it a lot.
Maybe speaking of
just
watch after
got-
watching Teen Titans.
I got my father watching it, so
I got Dan
I
watching
did
it.
that all day. Nice.
You got who watching it?
Dan.
Nice.
What else have I been watching?
Yeah, but Dan's easy though. Tell Dan Spider-Man's in it. He'll watch anything.
Yeah, true.
I'm like, and you know I love Dan, but one of my favorite conversations with him was like, oh man, I'm so excited for Doctor Strange. And Dan was like, yeah, but I'm really excited for Spider-Man. I'm like, dude, we've had 5 Spider-Man movies. We've never seen Doctor Strange. He's like, no, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? That's fact. We have 5 Spider-Man movies.
But do you know the best
You're
Doctor
only supposed to be
Strange?
excited. Doctor Strange.
I'm tired. All right, the best Doctor Strange scene is with Spider-Man.
Grandpa's grouchy.
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah.
Dad needs a nap.
I'll say this for what I've been watching, the Titan show, which I want to review with you guys at some point. I'll give you my DC login.
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
So far, it's thumbs up.
Okay, cool.
That's
I'm-
not
I'm-
what I
I'm
would have
enjoying it.
expected. That first trailer they showed looked terrible.
Well,
Yeah.
I think when you
Looks
set
really
your
terrible.
expectations appropriately and just, I don't know. There's some things that I really like about how they're explaining this origin. One of which being, I like that like Dick Grayson has had enough of Batman, but isn't really quite sure of what to do, so he just becomes a police officer. And I like that. It's not like, fuck you, Batman, I'm gonna buy my own tights and do my own thing. He's just like, I don't think what you're doing works. I'm actually gonna try the justice system. Like, you know, like if we're gonna try to help the justice system, let's be a part of it and not dress up like fucking winged creatures. So that aspect I kind of appreciate.
Okay.
But like I said, I'm only 2 episodes in, so it could get sour real quick. But the little Beast Boy scene that they did, I actually thought was it looked good. I thought. I mean, but again, my expectations were set appropriately
Okay.
Right.
because it's not like Chris Nolan. I'm out.
I'm gonna stick with my statement of after watching the trailer that it looks like a bunch of kids that are at their first anime convention that are cosplaying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super into it. That being Robin, his girlfriend just decided to throw some baby powder on and call herself Raven because she already had purple hair. And everyone else doesn't know how body paint works.
It's pretty savage. It's pretty savage, Jay.
Ooh, yes. Sass. The sass attack.
That was my assessment of it before I saw it. Before hearing anything you said.
And
Guys,
actually-
and just for to the record, Jay did it. I didn't do that. Jay did that. So,
yeah.
ha.
And also, I actually like the Raven and Starfire backstory too.
I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch
Yes,
it.
I
We should definitely do
will.
a review.
Don't you
I'll
tell
watch
me
it.
how to live my life. I will watch it.
If you're suggesting I'll give it the 3-episode college try, that's what I give every show. That
We should all watch the
no
pilot
matter, like,
and review it.
That's because-
fair. I think that's fair.
because we talk a lot about Marvel, and I want to make sure for better or for worse, we got to give DC some attention.
Yeah.
it's typically for worse.
Oh.
Unless it's a comic, which they've been killing
Well, yeah.
lately.
Yeah, that.
Jay's on fire
I
today.
know. I just have to sit back and let him go. It's great.
But
Jay's just roasting everything.
Boom,
It's been
roast.
a while. I'm
yeah,
wearing a kigurumi. I'm warm.
Yeah, he's on it.
he's warm, but he's frosty.
Chandler, what have you guys been watching?
Oh, I haven't really been watching or reading anything, but I've been obsessively playing Fallout Shelter on my phone, which is like based off the Fallout series of games. It's kind of like a build your own Fallout Shelter and like resource management game, and it's
Resource
very-
management.
Yeah, it's really addictive.
I can dig it. Not gonna download, but I can dig it.
That's it.
Anything?
I have been
The House on the Hill.
The House of the Hell No. I did Haunting of Hill House. I was all about that. And then I dipped into Making a Murderer season 2. I don't know, it's a slower burn. I try and then I'm like,
It's a
I gotta do
slower
something
burn
else.
than the first season. Because good God,
Yeah.
that was a slow burn.
Yeah, no, but this one's like really, it's like, I mean, at least with the first season, I was like, what the hell? Like, you know, I need to know what happens next. This one, I don't really, I'm like, you know, I'm like, yeah. You know, I mean, yeah, it still sucks. It's still a really shitty situation.
Not much has changed.
Not much has changed. It's like just a shitty situation. And his lawyer, Stephen Avery's lawyer, just really... She is freakishly good. I think that she's worth the whole damn show. She had her own show, I'd watch it. But she has basically combed through the evidence, like, tooth and nail, like, down to the fucking tiniest fragment, and just proved, like, how wrong the original investigation was, like, so thoroughly that I'm just like, they're still gonna figure out a way to, like, just fuck him. So I just kind of like, you know, I'm working through it. I'm majoritively through the season, I think. But yeah, see, I'm exhausted talking about it. So that's how it feels. Yeah, Chandler's yawning. It's just like, yeah, that's pretty much it. No, that's it. It's like, for real, man. Like, that's what's happening.
I'm also gonna do some shameless plugs as well.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I haven't watched that show.
Yeah, I like sent you guys one of like the toy photography things that I did, and I think I found my calling. I want to do like movie posters
Yeah.
because that's like I was really proud with how that Fantastic Four
It
came
looks
out.
good.
Awesome.
It looks real good. Yeah,
Especially-
you guys should definitely follow him
Especially-
on his Instagram.
Yeah, into the Lion's Den. Yeah, you are. But my favorite is Transparent Sue Storm.
I meant that for more the general audience listening, like, into the
my
Lion's Den.
bad.
You're like, I am following him. Shut the fuck up. Jay.
And also,
My bad.
golly, do you want to talk about Free Good Times to Adult?
I'm kind of on a short hiatus right now. Or
That's
when
cool.
I say a short hiatus, I mean I haven't posted a video in like a month. So I'm just kind of getting back into it. So
Yeah, man, nothing
I
wrong
will.
with that.
I'm like nervous about sharing that.
Sorry. I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Yeah, I know. Life is hard, you guys.
Well, but here's the thing, though. It's quality, not quantity. As evidenced by this show.
Damn right.
I mean, I love you guys. I'm glad we do this.
We're anything but consistent here on Chrono Speakeasy.
Hey, man, but I mean, what? But no, in let's see, what's November? Like 3 or 4 months, we're gonna be hitting our 4-year mark.
That is pretty epic.
That is so silly.
So that's silly.
It's pretty silly.
Wow,
I
you're
remember
just on the dad train.
I
Yeah, that's
know.
pretty silly.
We gotta send him socks and sandals for Christmas.
I remember our first episode. We were talking about the upcoming Daredevil television series and how we were excited about it. Look at us now.
I know, look at us now.
3 years later,
Half-assing
we're
season 3.
We're half-assing it.
Yeah, you know.
I do want to say, though, going back to what Paul was talking about, the Teen Titans show, so I haven't seen it yet, but I am going to talk about my theory on Dick Grayson. And I'm sure you guys know this because how I think that Dick Grayson is gay and he was in love with Batman and Batman is straight and that wasn't working out. So he got really all upset about it. And he kind of was like, I'm going to do my own thing. And which explains why he has a bright orange, Brazilian of alien, super hot chick who's all about him. And he's just like, I just don't know, because he's fucking gay. And that's what I think. And I stand by that. I think he's gay as the day is long. And so going into this, it's going to be hard because my headcanon tells me one thing and this is going to be something else. So I'm just saying, I don't know. It's just obvious. Well, he can't he can't have a solid relationship with anybody. It's like, oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because he was all about Batman. But Batman was twice his age and a father figure and very straight. So, which explains the whole Nightwing. That explains Nightwing. First of all, he was like, oh, I'm going to be a superhero and I'm going to go by Nightwing. He's so gay. He is so gay, you guys. Oh my God.
If Bruce Wayne was a good father, he'd bring him to Scatman.
Dude, somebody
Bring
is
it
the
back.
Red
On the
Hood.
shoulders.
Somebody calls himself the Red Hood, which is basically I'm a giant clit. But no, Dick Grayson took it to a whole new level. I was like, I'm so gay. I'm Nightwing. That is... I mean, Nightwing, striking fear into the hearts of everyone. It's okay, girl, settle down.
I don't know if we need to record this yet, but I have a fun idea.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Something we can do for our 4-year. Just go back and re-listen to our old podcasts or our old episodes and do reviews.
I could release the
Yes.
unreleased
So meta.
test episodes where we're all just like,
Oh,
hey, we're talking
that
about
would be fun.
We have
this
that
here.
soothing voice.
None of us felt comfortable talking loudly.
Oh,
Well, the first episode I ever did was The Court of Owls, if I remember right.
Well, I think you were reading. You're reading in the background.
I was coincidentally there. I was reading it in the background. Angela was just like, I think he's gay because of this page. And I'd get to that page and just be like, yeah, he's gay.
Yeah.
Good times. Yeah,
If anything,
4
we're
months.
consistent here.
Well, in 4 years, I still think everybody's gay, so I think, there is some consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, we still pump out episodes, and we still have fun with each other, and that's what counts. Team Good Times.
Yeah.
4 years strong. So, in 4 months, it'll be our 4-year anniversary. Captain Marvel will be out.
Oh my God. Shut up. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't with that. I just turned into a 13-year-old right then and there when you said that. So.
Yeah, 4 months. I was like, oh, yeah, because it's November finally.
Shut
exciting
up.
stuff.
So I can finally say 4 months and play Christmas music.
You guys. I'm so excited.
But anywho,
So excited for Miss Marvel.
you all know the drill. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Drop us some love. And as always, enjoy your issues.